Hi, everybody. It's Captain Canadad, and I'm here today with none other than Brad Rigby, the owner and proprietor for Brad Rigby Fitness. Brad, say hi to the folks.
Hello, folks.
Brad is located here in Hamilton, and I could tell you all about him or somewhat about him, but I'm going to let him introduce himself. So, Brad, tell us a bit about what it is that you do.
So I'm a personal trainer in Hamilton, Ontario. I work mostly one-on-one. I do a couple, small groups, 2 or 3 people at a time. Did some outdoor boot camps in the summertime, and plan on doing something similar this summer. Yeah, I've been in the industry for 6 or 7 years now. I'm a graduate from Mohawk College, Health, Wellness, and Fitness.
Very nice.
So kind of like most trainers in the industry, I started out after I graduated, just kind of interning, volunteering my time just to kind of learn the ropes. And then I got a job as a personal trainer at a bigger box gym. From there, kind of worked my way, got a job at a boot camp gym. So I started kind of running some of the larger groups as well as one-on-one training. Then I was a part of a startup company, another boot camp facility several years ago. And the last 2 years now, I've been just on my own, doing my own thing, real bare bones, just me. I don't have any employees, don't have a boss, just one-on-one personal training, and yeah, help people get fit.
Excellent, excellent. Now, excuse me, the one thing that I really, really like about your program, about what I've seen of your program, because I'm not a participant, unfortunately. I'm not at that stage, let's say that way, I guess. One thing that I really like about your setup is that you do it all from a home-based gym at the moment, obviously. But I think that's amazing because you've got, you wouldn't think about it. A lot of people go out and they buy a membership to a gym and it costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars at the end of the year or end of the day. But I guess you could really do it all at your home. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, I do like my own workouts. I do generally at home. I do work out of a facility though. And it's actually a great spot. Shout out to Most Amount Fitness, Tom DiTomaso.
Hold on. What was that again?
Most Amount Fitness. It's Green Hill and Quigley.
Okay.
Downtown Stony Creek, Hamilton. So that's where I work out of that facility. And I think it's the perfect spot. It's a smaller facility. And pre-pandemic, there'd be, he had a limited number of memberships, but for the most part, it's just especially post-pandemic or during the pandemic, it's strictly a personal training studio. So
wonderful.
We go in there, and it's more often than not, it's just me and my client. Sometimes it's me and my client, and Tom and his client. So it's real small, more intimate, more, it's not like a big box gym. You're going in there and there's, 100 other people in there. So you're kind of, you have your own space to kind of, you can put your own, whatever music you like. I throw it on the Spotify and
nice,
kind of listen to your own tunes. And yeah, so, but yeah, the majority of my own workouts are outdoors.
Right. And I saw that in your video. You use the workout bands. What are they called? I keep calling them workout bands, but they're big elastic bands, basically, right?
Yeah, rubber bands. I mean, that's what I would call it.
Those are the ones. So you put those up on a tree branch.
Yeah.
And you stretch from the tree. I think that's genius. Like, really, it is to me. What's the weight on that one?
They don't have an actual weight on them. They're kind of color coded, right? So the green one's a little bit thicker. You got the red one here is a little bit thinner. They're all kind of tangled together right now. So yeah, there's no actual like weight on them, right? See, the purple one's a little bit thinner. The red one's the thinnest. I actually believe they go a little bit thinner than this, but this is really all I have.
So is it the thickness that makes them harder or easier to pull?
Yeah,
So
essentially, right? Yeah,
the thicker one would be harder, right?
yeah.
Which would also act as more resistance, and in a way probably would result as if you were using weights, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah,
the thicker the band, the more resistance.
yeah, more or less, right? And the thing about the bands too is because is it's like towards the end range of the motion, there's more tension on it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you start at the beginning and it's a little bit more lax, right? But then as you get towards the end of the range, it's a little bit harder and it gets harder and harder, right? So it's a little bit different, than using a dumbbell, for example, or a cable machine, right?
Yeah.
Not better, not worse, just different, right? But the thing is, they're versatile, right? You can do a lot with just a tree and something to anchor it onto. And sometimes I'll do chin ups, and I'll put like a wrap a band around my waist, and I can attach a dumbbell to that, so I can add like a little bit of weight when I do chin ups. So they come in handy in all different ways. Or you can do the opposite if you want to make that. Obviously makes doing a chin up or a pull up harder, right? If you add a dumbbell to you, but you can actually use the band as well. You can put the band up top and then kind of hook it onto your knees, and it'll actually give you a little bit of assistance on the way up, so it'll make it a little bit easier.
Huh.
Yeah, they're real versatile, right? You can actually use them to add resistance or actually take away some resistance as well.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now, for myself, I say I'm not in a position to be working out. I suppose I am. I should, but
Everybody is.
yeah, my shoulders are messed up from when I was younger. I did stuff, and it's finally catching up to me. This one here, I have a condition called frozen shoulder. It means I can't lift my arms past a certain point, and that's a side effect of diabetes. So I did have surgery, but unfortunately, I'm not in a position financially where I can afford physio. Now, physio is quite expensive if you don't have insurance, and I don't have insurance to cover me with it. So I'm kind of screwed from that angle. But I'm also getting tired of not being able to use my arms. So
Good. Yeah.
it's tough, right? My wife will say, "Can you reach something off the top shelf?" And I'm like, "Nope." I'm 6'2", but I should be able to reach the top shelf anyway, but I can't because I literally can. That's as high as I can lift my arm, and I mean, I can go out sideways, but lifting it's forget it. This one here, I've got the full motion, but I've got a torn rotator cuff, which makes it painful when I do certain motions with it. So it's tough, but you could effectively give someone like myself, not me necessarily, but give someone like myself a workout plan or personal training in order to help them get through this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I do, right? Like I don't know if I have any client that is in perfect physical condition, right? Most people, right, especially the older you get. I turned 30. I'm 32 now, and I notice my hips starting to get tight. I got some things I got to work on here, right? Like it's just as time goes on, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's got little battle scars and little
Yeah.
tears and this and that. So yeah, no, absolutely. That's the value in it, right? Is kind of getting something. It's great. It's great to anything is better than nothing. So it's great to go on YouTube, there's a million free things out there.
Yeah.
For sure, do those things. Those will help. But yeah, it's invaluable to have a specific program, right? Tailored to you, not you specifically, but tailored to the individual person to kind of work around set issues like that.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, eventually I'm going to have to do something because the immobility, is that a word? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, immobile is a word. So yeah,
Yeah.
immobility. Roll with it. Roll with it.
It is now. The lack of mobility in my shoulders, and it's spreading down to my elbows and my wrists now too, and in my forearm. So it's a constant pain, and I want to get rid of it because what use am I at that point? you know? So,
Well, it's a couple things, right? You mentioned the financial part of it, right? But if you think about it, like how much do you spend on your car every year? Insurance, gas, maintenance, change your tires, whatever, wax it up, car wash. That car you'll drive for, if you're lucky, maybe 10 years,
yeah.
but the body you're in is for the rest of your life. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's important for people in their budgets when they're, to work in it doesn't have to be a personal trainer necessarily, but to work in a budget for their health. Right? It's the last thing people think about, right? They got
Yeah.
a car and insurance and this and that, and a phone and internet, and I need a Netflix and this and that. But very, it's in most people's lists, it's very, it's at the bottom of the list, right? And the way I, kind of think about it is looking at it as like a percentage of your income. So like LeBron James, he spends like $1 million a year on his body, like physio and massage. And,
Yeah.
obviously that's not practical, but he just looks at how much he makes and he takes, a percentage of that and he makes sure he's kind of investing in his body, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I would suggest the same for anybody, right? If it's $50 a month, whatever it is, it's your body is your car that you're driving around for the rest of your life. So, I mean, it's invaluable.
Money well spent, no matter how much it is. It's a long-term investment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
pay now or you pay later is really the way it is, right?
yeah.
The one quote is you pay your grocer now or you pay your doctor later. Yeah, so
Yeah. Well, my wife has just actually started switching to a more vegetarian style diet. Not vegan, because she's not telling everybody about it, but she's trying to eat healthier and she's cut down on her meat. She's still eating fish, but I had a steak the other night, so tells you where I'm at.
You sound guilty about that.
No, not at all. Not even slightly. No.
Yeah, go for it.
Myself and my 14-year-old daughter, we both had steak and she had falafels or something. I don't know. And the funny thing was she had falafel and I didn't feel awful. So there you go. Dad joke.
There you go. You got to get it in, eh?
Right. You do it where you can. So with
Captain Canada, and you got to get those dad jokes in.
Right. Captain Canada dad. It is. Yeah. With your gym now, it must be affecting you currently. With the COVID, you can't have people come to your gym to do the workouts, but I noticed you are offering something that I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are doing it, but I hadn't seen it before. And that is Zoom video fitness training.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a bit about that.
Well, yeah, just what it sounds like. It's obviously it was born out of necessity. There's people that now more than ever need to keep moving, right? You're at home and you're kind of stuck, and it's the physical part. I think people are I forget the numbers, but the Netflix is off the chart, and like people are watching and sitting more, and so I mean now it's it's vital to get that in, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was something I just kind of I offered to my clients. Hey, you want to keep going? We can, kind of get kind of bridge the gap to the other side of this. And yeah, I mean, it's nothing beats the in person, right? Being able to kind of be there and see and feel. But it's hey, you get by with what you got to do, right?
Well, I'm sure that the in person presents an option for you to get a better idea, like, and really see where the person's at, because I mean, video is video, right? It's not the same. You don't see the emotions necessarily that you would in person, but how is that being received? Are people pretty open to it? It's going pretty good for you?
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, there's no, the first little bit, there's, the technical issues, I get the sound and, and whatever, my internet lags and it's whatever. So, once you kind of tweak the little, the technical issues, it's, we find a groove, and everyone's, it's different because everyone, when they come to the gym, it's like, I know the equipment I have to use, but every person has a different different equipment in their house. I have one person with a universal machine and a bench and dumbbells and this and that, and I have someone else who's got one 20-pound dumbbell and a pair of light 10-pound dumbbells, and that's it, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, just kind of make do with what we got.
Yeah. That must be, I don't know. I don't want to say frustrating, but a challenge, let's say. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like in life, right? You got, you just respond to whatever's in front of you, and whatever challenge it is, it's a different challenge for sure, but it's getting by.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, you're offering a service, which again, I wasn't aware of anybody else doing such a thing. I'm sure there are, but from what I've seen on your videos, you're very good at what you do. You're very knowledgeable through talking to you, both off the camera and on camera. I'm very impressed with your knowledge of working out and stuff like that. So I've got a world, I want to say worldwide, and make it sounds more exotic than it is, but I got followers in the US, I've got followers in the UK, I got followers here in Canada, but across Canada. Are you opposed to working with people from out of the country?
Not if it's on the Zoom. I'm not going to drive
well,
to
of
England.
course, yeah. Well, unless they pay for you to go, right?
Well, yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it's that's kind of I mean, it's like, tragedy and whatever. I don't know if you call this a tragedy, but times like this kind of spawn innovation, right? So
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things. It's like, I'm in my clients have all been like within a 10-kilometer radius in the Hamilton area, but now I guess the way to be honest with you, I haven't really thought of it till now, till you just said it, but I guess I have a worldwide audience now, right?
You sure do. Yeah, this
Technically, you
whole,
can reach anybody, right?
and this is part of what I'm doing. I mean, everybody's, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are sitting at home. They can't go out, they can't meet people and see people. So my idea with this channel was to get it so that people that I know can meet people that I know or that I'm interested in sharing their story with, and then in turn share it with other people so they can get to meet new people and find out about what's going on in Canada, what's the latest things, ideas here in Hamilton. And I really believe in promoting local business. So, I think it's good to grow attention to people in your local area, such as yourself. So this is awesome. And I think that the services that you offer, like I say, they're amazing. So why wouldn't people be interested in it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree.
So when you're done, this COVID thing is over. You do have a facility that you work out of?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the moment, you're not able to go there because of COVID. You can't have the meetings. I know in the summer, in the warmer weather, you do like you get an area and you have a wide open area workout like in the open air, and I think that's amazing too, because that's going to be a great way for people to socialize. They can still do it at a distance once the whole restrictions are lifted to a degree. So I think that's awesome. I mean, currently you could only do it for 10 people including yourself, so that's 9 people per session, right?
Yep.
See how
Yeah,
I
that's
did the
what we were
math?
doing last summer. Yeah.
Yeah. That must have been tough, but still at the same time, it must have been rewarding for you and them as well, I guess.
Yeah, and again, it was one of those things that was kind of spawned out of necessity.
Right.
But it actually worked out really well. Like I said, like you said, right? I had 9 people plus myself was 10. And that was kind of like, it was the perfect point where like everything was kind of starting to open back up again. Right? Like we shut down in March for a couple months, and then the nicer weather came and people started to, come out of their shells, come out of the caves. And so it was kind of perfect timing. And yeah, I put it out there and actually got pretty overwhelming response. And I had, full groups a lot of the time. And yeah, it was just, I think people appreciated it more because of the way the world is. And, kind of, I think we took things for granted maybe before, just how, we could just, walk out and walk into a group of people and it was like no big deal. And
Yeah.
Now you see like movies and shows where there's like a crowd of people and like, oh, should they be doing that?
Yeah. Right.
But we kind of took that for granted, right? So yeah, so once the first couple months kind of went by, then people kind of really started to kind of appreciate,
Yeah.
all that stuff. That's another
Yeah.
thing too that I think a lot of people aren't talking about is that, you hear all the time the government's telling you, wear a mask, wash your hands, distance, whatever, but not many people are saying, hey, you should, maybe exercise. Maybe you should, vitamin D is been linked to, the negative effects of COVID. So there's a lot to be said to, if you're a healthier body, you have a healthier immune system. If you do happen to catch any virus, then you're going to be stronger, right? So I mean, I think they should add that. You wear a mask, you wash your hands, but also be healthier.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good point. There should become some kind of incentive, I guess, from the government for people to do that. Encourage it, because at the end of this, we're all gonna be out of shape. I mean,
Yeah.
round is a shape, granted, but it's not necessarily the shape you want, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's a very good point. I never even thought about it like that. Good for you for bringing that up. Well done, man. So the thing I want to talk about is, though, if, let's say, okay, I've got people in England and one of them calls you up or emails you and they say, hi, Brad, it's whatever, and I want to get into shape, and I saw your video with Captain Canadad. Can we set something up? So you get it, you talk, you get it arranged, you start doing video sessions. That's great, right? They're getting their workout. You're being able to help somebody. Everybody's happy. But then the restrictions get lifted and you're able to do one-on-one with people in the gym. Would you still be able to do the videos, or do you think that might be something that you might have to just set them on their path and guide them so that they can free fly after that kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Short answer, it's a wait and see thing. The way it works kind of last time, so we shut down and then we opened back up again. It was not everyone came back right away. It was kind of a ramping up process,
Right.
more of a dimmer switch than a light switch. So I imagine this, as soon as we open up, it'll be similar. We'll kind of ramp back into it. So there might be a transition period, but at the same time, I mean, if I'm at my home, then I can make it work kind of around the schedule. That'll be a wait and see kind of thing.
Yeah. It's just commitment, right? You got to figure out if you can and go from there.
Yeah.
That was maybe an unfair question, but I just thought I'd throw it out there because I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a wait and see thing. Like there is value in the in-person thing, right? But I mean, if someone's getting value in the Zoom, kind of doing it at a distance too, I'm not definitely not opposed to it. Sure.
Yeah, because you could still do your workout with them, no matter what, right?
Yeah.
You've got the stuff there at home.
Yeah.
You can demonstrate it, so that's cool. And your camera is mobile enough that you could even take it outside if you wanted to, right?
Yeah. Actually, in fact, that was something I've done. When we started to open up, I did have a couple sessions still on the Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of, just the way my schedule worked, if I was out and about at the gym, I didn't always Zoom them from home, right? So I was kind of at the gym, and I, in between, I just worked it into my schedule, and it's, 12 o'clock, instead of this person walking in the door, it's okay, turn on the Zoom. And so, I mean, that's still, yeah, I mean, I guess when you put it that way, I could always make it work in the schedule, right?
Big brain.
Look at this, eh?
Big brain.
Big brain tactics right here.
I shaved my hair off 2 days ago again because it was growing back and I started to look like a bit of a hedgehog thing going on. But now, and I was just outside, so the solar panel is absorbing, and I'm thinking more. So
yeah, maybe that's my issue. I gotta cut the hair.
Well, no, you got that. I gotta say it. As a friend of mine said to me recently, that beard is on point, man. That's a hell of a beard.
That's what your friend said to you.
Yeah, right. Well, I tell people about who I'm going to talk to. It's up to them what they do with it from there. But no, it's a hell of a beard you got going. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really do anything. I just kind of waited. And Here it is.
I keep pulling to make it go longer, but then my wife says, cut it short. So trim it down a bit, but yeah. Anyway, so folks, if you guys are sitting at home, you find yourself being more and more stuck to the couch, get up. You know, I end every video with, now go do something great. That doesn't mean necessarily for somebody else. You do it for yourself. Brad's more than willing to help you, right, Brad? Once he's finished his coffee.
I'm here.
Brad's willing to help you guys out. And, you know, he knows his stuff. Check out his webpage. Now, I'm going to make sure I get the webpage correct here, Brad. It is, now bear with me because I want to make sure, again, I give the right one. We were talking about it earlier, and it is, where the heck did it go? Hold on. I'm scrolling here. Can you tell?
No, you hide it very well.
Do I? No, I don't think so. That's not even you. What the hell? So, and this is the bad part about going straight from taping to print. Now everybody's going to see me fumbling around here. It's,
well, I guess I'll, yeah, you can go ahead.
It's www.facebook.com/Brad Rigby Fitness, BradRigby Fitness. Check it out. That's his Facebook page. He also has Instagram. You can check him out on Instagram. And he has email. You can email Brad at bradrigbyfitness@gmail.com. Brad, I really hope some people get in touch with you because, you know, we all need it. We all need to be in shape and take time for ourselves, if you will. Mentally, this is such a good stress relief too. Would you agree with that, working out?
No, it's the medicine.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of people, how can I say this? People who are suffering from mental health, give Brad a call. He can help you out and get you some activity in your life and help you keep, you know, improving, get better, or feel better. Feel better. That's a good way to say it, right? If people feel better about themselves, it lifts their spirits. It gives them energy because you need the energy after you've worked out still. Give Brad a call. So, Brad, I really appreciate you talking about your fitness stuff. That's awesome. It's really interesting. And again, I really hope that people do reach out to you about that. Before we move on, is there anything else that you wanted to share about your fitness and your programs and that?
Nothing specific. What I was gonna, it's kind of been, I don't know if it's a secret or not, but pull back the curtain is, I do have a website on the way. I had it, it's probably been teed up for like a year now. I started probably making it a year ago. I didn't make it. Someone do it.
Take credit, man. Own it. Own it.
So I was about to launch it like right around March, and that's kind of exactly the time we shut down. So I figured that's not the time to launch a website. So I kind of held on to it. It's been in the back pocket. And then it just, the timing didn't feel right to kind of launch it over the fall or whatever. So yeah, in the coming months, there will be a website coming up. It should be bradrigbyfitness.com, but maybe we'll do another one of these and I'll update you once I get the website.
I was just about to say to you, Brad, why don't we do a follow-up interview in a little while after you've got them all set up, and then we can, you know, let people know about your website too.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So for now, it's just the Facebook and the Instagram.
Again, I think it shows your initiative in your two formats, you know, the Instagram or Facebook. It shows how creative you are with your working out yourself. And I think that sharing that knowledge on your links that you've posted could be very helpful to people. And, you know, further guidance on it is a great thing for you to offer. You know, I mean, it's one thing to say you can do this, but then there's also, well, what about this, this, and this? And you can guide them that way too. So really, folks, if you get a chance and you're looking for somebody to direct you in your workouts, reach out to Brad. He's a great guy. He'll be more than willing to help you. I know he will. And it doesn't matter where you're from, where you're going, as long as you can connect to Brad, he can help you out. Right, Brad?
You know it.
It's a pretty fair statement to make, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So normally I ask my guests 17 questions, 17 kind of random questions, just to get a feel of who they are as a person and to let everybody else, the people that watch this, know what's going on with Brad. Who is Brad? So you ready?
Good to go.
All right. So here we go. Answer as honestly as you can. Be as truthful as you can. I mean, there's nothing that you want to hide anyway. So tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee for sure.
You're a coffee guy, are you?
Yeah.
How do you take it?
Oh, black.
Yeah, no decaf. It's straight.
Black's the way to go.
Straight.
Yeah, no decaf.
Yeah.
That's what I'm after is the calf. One extra calf.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that works. Yeah, I'm a coffee guy too, but I only drink decaf. So 3 milks, 1 sweetener. There we go. No matter what size it is. So yeah, I don't like to burn my tongue, and I'm sure you do that more frequently than you'd like.
I'm an instant sip kind of guy.
Are you really?
I don't know if I'm seems stupid, but every time, like as soon as if someone hands me a fresh cup of coffee, like instantly it's just
really
get a sip in. It's I burn my tongue every time, but maybe I got like a callus on it now that it doesn't. I just don't feel it anymore. But as soon as that cup finishes brewing, it's just first sip.
Straight up there, eh?
Yeah, I don't know why, but
you live down the mountain, right?
Actually, fun fact, I live in Beamsville now.
Beamsville?
Yeah.
Wow.
We mentioned it.
No, you didn't, but that's okay. Where you work out, where your gym is down the mountain.
Yeah. I grew up in the Hamilton Mountain my whole life.
Yeah, up on the mountain. That's where I am right now. I got a beautiful view out of the bay, but it's covered in snow today, so we'll just leave it at that. It's cold out, damn cold out. All right, next question. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs. You have a dog, right?
I do, yeah.
What's her name?
Paisley.
Paisley. What a great name.
Like the color, or like a little town in Scotland.
Yeah, okay. What is your background? Are you Scottish?
A little bit of everything. I do have Scottish in me, English, I think a little bit Irish down the line there somewhere.
Yeah. I'm wondering about the beard. Maybe that's why. Those guys are good at beards.
Yeah, like a Viking beard. Maybe there's some Viking in there.
Yeah. Okay, most embarrassing moment that you would like to share?
Oof. Well, so I guess so I play in a band, the Artificially Hip.
Okay.
We're a tragically hip tribute band. Right?
Yeah.
As you could probably guess.
Yeah.
So I typically have I carry 4 or 5 guitars to every show. A couple different acoustics that need different tunings for different songs. So the one time we had a sound guy working for us. So I played a song, and then I was finished with this guitar, and I needed it tuned to a different tuning for a song later in the set. So I said, "Hey, Dave, can you, after the song, do you mind tuning this guitar up for me?" And I wrote down, "Here, tune it to this." He's like, "Okay." Grabs the guitar, tunes it. We play a couple more songs. He comes back. In between, he hands me the guitar. I put it on the guitar rack. Keep playing, and then it gets to a point later in the set where it's time to play that song, and I pick up. It was a song too that I think was a Head by Century, where I kind of carry it in the beginning, then the band kind of comes in later.
That's a great tune.
Good tune, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
And it sounds even nicer with an open tuning. Oh, it sounds clean. So I started, like, the first strum sounded like a fart. It was just gross. And I looked over, and the whole band's kind of looking at me. And I think a bass player, Simon, just whispered in my ear. He's like, "Yeah, your guitar's out of tune." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Like,
oh, really?
And, so yeah, it sounded like crap. So then the band kind of came in, and I was able to kind of turn it down. And then the sound guy, Dave, comes over, and he's like, "Hey, that guitar on the rack, that's the one I tuned for you." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I, middle of the verse, I switched the guitars out. But yeah, I look like a bit of an idiot grabbing the wrong guitar there for a minute.
Serves you right for having so many. You only need one, damn it. You're just showing off with any more than
And
that.
you got to tune every song.
That's fun though. Xbox or PlayStation?
Given the choice, I'd say Xbox. Not a huge gamer, but I do have the probably got it when it was like 14 or 15, like the original Xbox, like the first one.
Nice.
It's not even like Xbox 6 or nothing like that. But I only ever really played the sports games, hockey and football, but yeah, it basically stays in the closet most of the year. I'll pull it out for a couple weeks of the year and win a couple Super Bowls, and then that's it.
Super Bowls. You're not allowed to say that word now. You have to, it has to be the big game. That's what they refer to it as now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
who says this?
There's the NFL.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're so full of themselves. But anyway, that's just another thing for another day. iPhone or Android?
I'm going off the board here. Going with BlackBerry.
BlackBerry.
I'm one of those dinosaurs.
No, they're great phones. I loved my BlackBerries.
Technically, it's an Android system, so I would say Android. I need the keyboard. I got fat thumbs here, so I could never type on a touch screen.
Yeah, I hear you. Any broken bones in your life?
No, not yet.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Never ever, eh?
No, maybe I'm living a boring life. I don't know.
No, man, that's awesome. I want to make sure before I say anything here. I think I've only ever broken one, and broke my finger, so it's permanently like that. I can bend it, but I can't go much past there. So.
Oh yeah, that's a cool party trick.
Yeah, not really, but because when I straighten it looks like that. You see that? Kind of gross, but yeah, I was working at a lumber mill. Did that to me. If you could meet any person, I originally started this question out as meeting a celebrity, living or dead. But let's say any person you could meet, living or dead, who would it be?
Wow. I'm a big fan of the Chili Peppers, and they seem like a crazy bunch of characters. It'd be kind of cool to get in a room with those guys. I don't know. Ron McClain, he's on a short list of mine.
I met him I didn't even meet him. I was driving past him in Toronto. He was on the sidewalk walking to what was then the Air Canada Center. And I saw him, and I rolled down my window and I went, "Ron!" And he went, "Hey, how are you, buddy?" And I was like made up for the rest of the day, because he said, "Hey, buddy."
You already met him.
Right? We're tight, me and Ron. I sent him a message to see if he'll come on this and do it with me. I think that'll be fun. He's a great ambassador for Canada, isn't he?
Yeah. He seems like the kind of guy you want, like, sit down with. Like, he's a whiskey kind of guy, right? You sit down and have a glass of whiskey with that guy.
Yeah. Him and Don Cherry would be amazing to talk to, individually or together, just to reunite them. That'd be amazing. But I don't know. That was a tough break. So anyway, your favorite holiday vacation destination?
I don't know. Well, two answers, I guess. I'm more of just a cottage and a campfire kind of guy. So I'm the guy that, like, I'll shut my phone off for 4 days, and it feels great. It feels great to do that. Just kind of get out there and anywhere without a Wi-Fi signal and a campfire.
Yeah.
I think maybe the best holiday I've been on was Scotland. Went on a road trip in Scotland, drove around the whole country. So that was pretty cool.
Did you see Loch Ness?
Oh yeah.
You did,
Went on the boat and everything. I took intentionally, I kind of fudged like a really bad lighting and glare and stuff. I took a picture of like a tree branch that had fallen in the water.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of sort of looked like it could have been like, Loch Ness. So I do have my own Loch Ness picture.
Right on. You should sell that, man. Get on Ripley's Believe It or Not or whatever it is.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. There's a new show now on History Channel. Do you watch any of that kind of stuff?
I don't have cable,
Okay.
so
Yeah. No, I have one of those Android boxes,
yeah.
and I get all the channels. Like, but I love the History Channel. It's one of my go-tos, and I'll watch this show called Oak Island. Have you heard of
Okay,
that at all?
heard of it, never really seen it though.
It's a really cool show. I don't want to give too much away, but right after it, there's one of these realer factor bullshit kind of shows, and
Yeah.
they did a
Is
focus
that
on
what it's called?
it's not called factor bullshit, but pretty sure they don't go for that. But they've got some good stuff on there. So, your favorite movie?
Oof, I don't know. I'm that outcast at a party that's like, oh yeah, this movie, yeah, I haven't seen it. Oh, how about this movie? Oh, I haven't seen it.
Nice.
See, I don't know. Happy Gilmore. That's a
That's
that's a
funny.
classic. Yeah. I like the comedies.
Yeah,
So yeah, anything kind of like that. So
Sandler's
let's
pretty
stick with
good.
that. Yeah, not all of it. I mean, some movies he swings and misses, but he swings the bat, right? So
Yeah, Little Nicky, but not to name names, but Little Nicky. Yeah, I would lean the same way, I guess. I love comedies more than I like a good, like, my favorite movie of all time is called My Life with Michael Keaton and Nicole Kidman. And it's about a guy who has uncurable cancer and he's about to die. And it goes through the process of him being diagnosed and how he fades. But in the meantime, in between the diagnosis and his death, he gets back in touch with, people that he's distanced himself from to make things right before he goes away, kind of thing. It's a very touching film, but it's a great story. So that's for what it's worth. Do you like, will you eat, let's try it that way, pineapple on your pizza?
no,
No,
definitely not. No.
definitely not. Wow, that's a pretty definitive answer.
Yeah,
All
no. I
right.
pick them off. You can still a bit of an aftertaste.
Yeah, yeah. I like it, the
Um,
sweet, little bit of sweet in there.
yeah, there's you want a pizza tip from a trainer? Here's what you do. There's a I don't know if you want to mention. There's a pizza company where you can get, instead of pizza sauce, you can get barbecue sauce.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
You get barbecue sauce, then the cheese, and then I like an onion and bacon on top of that, and that's a solid pizza right there.
That sounds, anything with bacon. What a
Yeah,
magical animal that comes
the
from.
combination though, that barbecue sauce and the bacon and the onion is something to be explored for sure.
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, look at any random pizza store that offers barbecue sauce instead of pizza sauce.
Yeah, I'll check into that. I like barbecue sauce. It's good. Now here's one for you. I'll wait till you finish swallowing that. Real or fake?
What?
Christmas trees. Christmas trees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Again, two answers. I think real is the way to go. But I mean, I had a fake one this year, so I just moved, and it was like, my sister had an extra one in her closet, so it was free. Set it up.
Right.
Nice.
Price is right. You do it.
Yeah, it's in the shed now, so it'll probably come back out next year. But yeah, nothing beats the smell, the
No, I
scent
know.
of the real tree, and
Yeah.
feel fulfilled. Right, you have to go out and hunt it yourself and chop it down, and
I just go to IKEA. They got them cheap there. They sell
a real one.
real trees at IKEA every year, and they're like $25 or $20 or something.
Pre-chopped, eh?
Yeah. But you can't really, you don't know what you're getting. You kind of, like IKEA, you have to put it together yourself, kind of thing, trim it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Branch by branch.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you got to cut them back, and some are longer than others. So you got to have a good set of shears to trim it. But yeah, when we've had a real one, that's where we get it from.
They just
Shout out to IKEA.
give you a seed, and you wait 20 years, and you have a tree.
Yeah.
Like you build it yourself.
If you could have one do-over in life, go back and redo anything, for bad, for worse, what would it be?
Well, I don't know.
I know that's a pretty deep question, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's better to regret things that you did than things you didn't do. So I don't know if there's anything that I did that I would regret doing, but and I don't know what I would have done differently. I guess what I would do over is I would tell a younger version of me to invest, right? Not just money, but time as well. Like obviously money as well, but you know, if I could tell my 17-year-old self, like, hey, you know, $50 a week, you know, that would go a long way. I played hockey, and I was 8 when I started playing, and by then I was already old.
Yeah, I know, it's sad, isn't it?
I had friends that were playing like rep hockey by then, and I was like, okay, my ankles are still caving in. So, you know, I would have told myself, you know, I started playing guitar when I was 16, maybe. I would have, you know, played guitar when you're 4, like, you know, start earlier, invest, you know, time into things, right? But it's tough when you're young and you suck at something. It's not fun, right? It's not fun to, you don't want to keep doing it, right? But
Yeah.
you got to get through that initial period of sucking, and then it's then you kind of reap the rewards from that, right? So
It's
I guess
good.
that's what I would do over, is I would just start the things I do now, but start them younger.
Yeah. It's a good answer. That's a good answer. It's not one I've heard before, so I like that. I like new answers. So there you go.
Well, genuine.
What's that?
Genuine.
Yeah, well, I that's the thing, right? This is what it's about. I want to know you. So good answers are real answers, and vice
Now you know I
versa.
suck at hockey.
Well, yeah, you're not the only one, buddy. Believe me. Do you watch hockey?
Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite team?
I'm a Leafs and a Nucks fan.
Well, that must have been a terrible 3 games for you. That'll wash
Yeah.
off. That'll wash off if you use one of those.
You know, the season's gonna wash off pretty soon.
Yeah. That was tough. I felt so bad for their goalie.
Yeah, I don't know. They're falling apart. They're not. I mean, last year, just pretty much the same team, more or less, right? Missing a couple guys, but in that playoff bubble, right? We just hit a stride, and you know, just ran through some good teams. And this year is just a completely different team.
Yeah. The Leafs are exciting to watch right now, though.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite player?
No, I don't pick favorites. I mean, you can't help but watch like McDavid play, McDavid, Draisaitl. Just watch what they do. It's ridiculous, right?
Yeah,
they're kind of raising the bar, you know, guys like that.
I really feel that one of the most underrated players in the NHL, underrated to me, is Mitch Marner. That guy, I don't know how he does half of the stuff that he does, but he's such a setup guy. Like I don't know, he's amazing to me. The way he skates and the way he stick handles or puck handles is just incredible.
Yeah, he's shifty for a little guy. Eh? He doesn't really get knocked around too much.
No, well, he's fast too, right? I always love it when they score, but it's not, well, even if it's him that scores, but when they score, they come up and they give everybody a hug, you know, and attaboy. But for him, they're like this to Spezza, or they're like this to, I don't know, Zach Hyman up here. But for Marner, it's like, attaboy, way to go.
Yeah, little lad.
It always reminds me of Benny Hill, you know,
Yeah, he does. He looks like a 14-year-old out there.
Yeah, but he's so good. He's so fast on the ice. Do you have a favorite binge show?
No, I don't know. I try not to. I mean, I have a bit of an addictive personality, so once I get into a show, I do have to finish it, right? I like the probably the greatest show of all time, I think, is the Breaking Bad series.
That's a great show. Did you watch the
Better Call Saul?
Better Call Saul, and there was another one with Jesse, wasn't there? There was
the movie. Yeah, I've seen all those.
What do you think of Better Call Saul?
It's right on the same level. I think the first. Well, I'm behind a season now. I'm just gonna wait till it comes on Netflix or whatever. I tried to stream the new season that's out right now, but I'd rather just wait and see it in high quality and not on my laptop and whatever. But
Yeah.
so I'm still waiting on that final season, so no spoilers. But
I haven't seen it.
oh, really?
Yeah. I
First couple,
still gotta watch it.
it's real good. Long story short, it's real good. The first couple seasons are it's like a different show almost, but then I don't think there's 5 seasons, so maybe like season 3 or 4, it really starts to like intertwine with the Breaking Bad story.
Yeah.
And apparently the latest season is like pretty much Breaking Bad. It's the same. So it's really cool how you start to see like it's a prequel, right? So it's like what happened before Breaking Bad. So
Right.
really cool to see like the story kind of develop beforehand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say it's like two different shows. The first couple seasons are different show, and then like the last couple seasons it kind of morphs into Breaking Bad a little bit more.
Yeah. I love those shows. He's got a new movie coming out. Have you seen it? Mr. Nobody, I think it's called.
No, I haven't heard this.
Bob Shattenkirk, right? That's his name.
Oh yeah.
He's got a new movie coming out, and it's basically, well, I don't want to spoil it. Look it up if you get a chance. Look up the trailer for it anyway. Mr. Nobody.
He's probably my favorite character in Breaking Bad.
He's awesome, isn't he?
Saul Goodman. Yeah.
I love what's your name? Saul. Saul what? Saul Good, man. I love that line. So yeah, musical instruments. You play guitars, and I think you said offline that you played drums. What about anything else?
No, I mean I played. Kind of wish I stuck with it a little bit more, but in school I played the saxophone. It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
that was my high school instrument. Played the bass guitar a little bit.
It's so easy, isn't it? Bass guitar. I'm sorry for all those bass guitarists out there, but it's so easy. It's so easy.
You think so? It's different though. It's a different world. It's not just as easy as like if you play guitar, you pick up a bass. It's not. It's a different instrument for sure. Like there's a different layer to it, right?
I'm a big fan of U2, the band, and I've followed them since I was a kid, since they were kids, and I've always thought that Adam Clayton, the bass player, is just kind of like hanging out.
Yeah, it sucks. The bass players don't get the credit they deserve.
Yeah,
but if you that's I think kind of them and like referees in sports. Like if you don't notice them, like they're doing their job.
Yeah.
Referee makes a bad call, like everyone points at him, you notice them. But if you don't notice him, that means he's doing his job, right? Same thing with like a bass player, right? If you if they're on point, like they're the time, right? They keep everything tight, keep the group together. So if they're doing their job, it's just like, oh, they're playing a song. But if the bass player stopped playing, it'd be like, oh, well, it's like the floor fell out from
you notice it, yeah. I think though, I mean, right? Bono is like one of the ultimate frontmen in music history. And then to me, the edge, the sounds that guy gets out of his guitars are amazing. Whether it's all through pedals or not, the fact that he's able to still do it is just, I'll sit and watch them and be like, because he's just, I don't know. I don't even know how to. Bono refers to him as the mad scientist of the group.
Yeah, he's definitely heavy on the effects. He's a big delay guy, right?
Yeah,
so you hit the note once, but it and then
I love
it's really cool.
I love cool that sound. Yeah. But then I mean, Adam is typical bass players. They all have the same look.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this may be obvious based on what you've told me already, but favorite band?
Oh, is this obvious?
Yeah.
Well, what's your guess?
I would have said Tragically Hip.
Well, I would say they're probably like second all time for me.
Yeah.
I think all time favorite band. You want to talk about bass players is the Chili Peppers.
Flea, you like that guy?
Oh yeah.
He's crazy, isn't he?
Yeah, I go back and forth. Like I think like who would be like my favorite guy in that band, and it every day like it flips. Like I just think like Chad's one of the best drummers in the world.
You mean Will Ferrell?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's freaky how much they look alike.
Yeah, that's too it's too much.
Yeah, it's scary how much they look alike. Did you ever see the thing that he did on Fallon?
The
Where
drum off? Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So this is a traditional. This is a traditional drum off.
Yeah. Will Ferrell's funny as hell too. But yeah, they look almost identical. Best concert you've ever been to?
Probably go Chili Peppers again.
You've seen them live, eh?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
It's they put on a show.
I would
I think what they
imagine.
do, because they're I don't know, they're so into the music. It's like they never want to play the same thing twice. So it's like every song, and when they play it live, it's like, hey, how can we, rewrite this song?
Yeah,
It's, and so they do a lot of improvisation. They start every show with a jam. They just improvise and just
that's
kind of
cool.
freestyle it, jam it, and certain songs they'll carry on at the end, and they finish the song, but they keep playing, and they jam it on out, and
Nice.
so it's something like infinite, right? It's every time they play is something completely different.
I would imagine that would make it feel, I mean, if they're just standing on the stage jamming, as you say, then it would make it feel more intimate too. Like you're there for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's once in a lifetime. You're never going to see that again.
Yeah, that's cool. They're an interesting band. I wouldn't say I'm really into their music myself, but they're very interesting, and some of their stuff I like a lot. But they're interesting. They have a lot of. I've always said they have a lot of potential, but they're old now. So
They're living up to it.
yeah,
A cool one. I saw Metallica as well. That was a cool because they do a little bit different, right? So like in a hockey rink,
yeah,
they put their stage right at center ice, so it's like 360-degree, right?
yeah.
And Lars, like his drum kit is in the middle of the stage, and I think it slowly rotates around. So sometimes you see his back, but sometimes
Yeah,
and they're just they got microphones set up, so sometimes they'll sing and face this way, sometimes James walks around and sings this way. So they had a really cool setup. That was a pretty cool concert. They had one song, they go off their new record, where like, I don't know, 500 like little drones
oh wow,
started flying up out of the stage and kind of floated around for, it's like a 9-minute song too, and they all floated around, and so it was pretty cool. A bit of a spectacle there.
cool everybody down below them too, with the fan, right? The downdraft.
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
So my last question, believe it or not, we're at 17 already. If you could be reincarnated, what would you want to come back as?
That's a tough one. I don't know.
And you can be anything, anything.
Can I? Is this a lame answer if I say myself?
No.
I don't know. I like. Yeah, I like who I am, and I'm a happy dude. I like the way my life is, and hey, if I could get a second lap, I'd take that in a heartbeat.
Right on. That's a good answer. That's, like I say, unique answers are the best. So I don't think I've
tell
heard.
my younger self to do things earlier.
You're doubling up on the do-over.
There it is, eh?
Right on. Way to go. Good thinking. One quick question. How many guitars do you have?
7 or 8.
Wow, really?
5, 6, 7, 7.
7? What's your favorite?
Oh, I don't know. It's like kids. How many kids do you have?
1. It's an easy answer. My daughter.
Easy, yeah. Yeah. It's like they all have a different purpose, right? Different function.
You don't have one that you like the feel of better than any, or the sound comes out?
No, I mean, sometimes you're in an acoustic mode and you just want to, strum nice and clean. Sometimes you want to hit the distortion pedal, and so it's different moments of the day, different different vibes, different feels, right? It's all I don't have one specific one.
Do you have a Strat?
Yeah.
Do you have a Telecaster?
Yeah.
How can I phrase this? how do they feel to play like opposed to each other? Do you feel, because the Strat's more of it's like a solid body almost, right? But a
Yeah.
Fender, a Telecaster, or sorry, a Strat has got that beveled out area that leans against you, and I think that design is incredible. But the Telecaster is more like rigid, is it not?
Yeah. More rigid around the edges. The Telly is
Let me show you what I mean. So I've got my guitar here, and you see how the shape of it is that it's that shape. It's flat on the back, so it doesn't have the Strat. Other than here, there's a bevel there, or an in there. You see the shape of that?
Yeah.
But the Telecaster is completely flat on the back, is it not?
Right. Yeah. This is the. You see that? That's
Right.
my.
That's the Strat.
Yeah.
Let's see the front of it. Beauty.
So this has the whammy bar, right?
Right.
Whereas the Telly doesn't. The Telly is a more of a brighter tone, more of a twang, right? Like a lot of the country guys use it, right? So it's a little bit of a more of that higher end, kind of twangy kind of guitar. It's a little bit more, I don't know if it's powerful, like I have everything set up and I'm playing the Strat, and then I plug the Telly in. I don't change anything, no volume or anything, but just it's like this much louder than the Strat. It's got a little bit more of a little more oomph to it, I guess.
Interesting.
Probably the tone, right? The higher ends kind of sound a little bit louder, right? I play songs. The songs that I play with a slide.
Yeah.
I play on the Telly. I find it's just a crisper, right? With the slide, it just sounds. It's a match made in heaven, right? So
yeah.
Any song with a slide is I use on the Telly.
It's on my bucket list to own both, one of each.
Yeah, I guess it ties back into the Xbox or PlayStation. I don't know. It's probably like a friend from high school had the Telly, and he had one of those. I don't know. I guess parents gave him money or whatever. Like he always had like the latest Xbox, and he had this and that, and he had this Telly guitar, and he's like, yeah, I want to buy the new PlayStation, whatever. So I was like, I was like $400 or something. He's like, oh, I want cash to go buy a PlayStation. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll give you some cash for that guitar. He's like, sure. So I got a pretty good deal on a Telecaster way back in the day, and buddy bought his PlayStation with it. And
nice.
So I got that guitar today.
You still have it? That's the Telecaster you own?
Yeah.
Wow. Very nice. Very cool. Good story. So we're talking about musical instruments. We're talking about what you play, but let's focus on your band that you're with now. You're with a band called The Artificially Hip, which is, I love it. It's funny. I got to tell you, as an older guy, it's funny.
It's home, eh?
Yeah. So, how did you come up with that name?
Well, it was actually the bass player and the drummer knew each other, and then they kind of hooked up at a jam night one night. They didn't hook up, but they jammed, and they played a hip tune, and I guess it went over well.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
No. Yeah, so they jammed and it went really well, and they kind of like looked at each other and like, hey, we gotta do this, right? So they actually put a Kijiji ad out. They were auditioning for both guitar parts, and so I went into the audition. So the name was kind of actually when I went for before I went for the rehearsal, it was Artificial Hip. I remember that, and I remember thinking like, you know what? I think artificially, tragically, you got to make it like it's got to be artificially, right? Yeah. And I wasn't even in the band at that time. I'm like, I'm not going to mention that. I'm going to worry about just getting in the band first, and then we'll worry about the name. But it was just the obvious move, right? Make it artificially.
Yeah.
So I didn't come up with the name, but it is classic.
It is a good name. A good name. And you play now. Is it you play the part of the guy with the beard, right? The long hair and the beard.
Bobby Baker, yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I only know Gord Downie. I don't know the rest of the band, unfortunately. Did he have a relative in the band? No.
No, they're all buddies from back in the day.
I always thought that the bass player was his brother or something. I don't know why.
They had the same name.
Did he?
Bass player is Gord Sinclair.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that wasn't it, but
Yeah,
I don't know
same
why.
first name.
Yeah, yeah. I always thought they were related. So you do a full range of their music?
Yeah, we do the classics, and we were getting pretty deep. I don't know, maybe 50, 60 songs deep now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we
started out with obviously with their greatest hits record. I think there's 30 songs on that or something. So we're like, oh, we'll learn those obviously. And then actually what we did was we all took we wanted to learn like 35 to play in a night. So we started with those 30 from the greatest hits, and then we each took a deep cut. So we all picked one song that's, lesser popular, if you will, and we all kind of took turns learning those 5 songs.
That's a good idea.
And then just as time went on, and I think we did another round of deep cuts later on, and then so we're up to somewhere in the 50s, and I think I know a couple songs that we haven't done yet, and I know our bass players played a couple songs that we haven't put together yet, and so we're all everyone's kind of, I'm sure we can get to 60 or 70 real quick.
Well, your bass player could learn to play any song. There are only 4 notes in bass, so. Sorry, I don't know who your bass player is, but I'm just kidding.
He's the glue. Simon's the glue.
What's his name? Simon? Simon.
Yeah. Shout out to Simon.
Shout out, yeah. Big up, Simon.
Maybe we'll get him on here one time, eh?
Keep playing those 4 notes. Do you play while you're doing the gig? Are you strictly Tragically Hip, or do you play other bands as well, just like cover tunes, obviously?
Just the hip.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Where are the kind of places that you play?
Well, we do a couple different types of shows. We've played the bars, right? But something that we kind of favor, kind of something we kind of done since day one, and kind of something that we kind of just want to focus on is do more like we kind of put our own events on, our own ticketed events. So we rent the hall ourselves, and so we're looking into that. Obviously, we took last year off, but there's some conversations starting again this year. So it's hopefully things get back on track, and we kind of like that aspect to it. We rent a theater or rent the hall ourselves, and we run our own tickets, run our own door. Sometimes we run our own bar, but
cool.
We find that's a better it's a better feel. We kind of link it up with the charity as well. So there's 5 of us in the band, and we kind of count Gord as the 6th member. So we kind of split all the money that way, and we give an equal amount to the Gord Downie Cancer Research Fund at Sunnybrook. So to date, we've raised around 20 grand, all in all. And so yeah, it's we figure it's the least we can do, right? Like it's not our music, it's not our stuff. It's we all have a massive love and appreciation for it. So it's it's the least we could do to kind of give back. One show, actually a couple shows, we've had a silent auction company come in.
Nice.
And so we run the show, and we gave all 100% of the auction to the charity as well. So we've done that a few times. We've kind of helped out a couple other charities along the way as well, kind of playing at memorial golf tournaments. So it's fulfilling, right? It's more than just the music. We've done it, but I think we're trying to get away from playing till 2 a.m. and feet are sticking to the floor at the bar, right? And people are fighting and swearing and stuff. We like more of the theater show and the, you know, kind of going that route, right?
Where people actually watch and listen to the band.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for, right? They're there to see that, and yeah, no, it's really cool. And then we can add in our own. We kind of control it, right? So we can do our own fundraising, and I think the one show we just we took. I think it was our first show. We took that was kind of our intro. We took donations to the fund, and money in the hat. It all goes to Gord, and we've had little prizes here and there that we've auctioned off, and
yeah,
so yeah, we try to give back as much, right? Because we're taking the music, so we try to give back as much as we can, and
that's really good of you.
Try to do them justice.
Very good of you. It's a great thing to help others, isn't it? It really is. I know I've done my fair share of charity work, and the feeling that you get from it, you can't put a price on that. Just the knowledge that you've actually bettered somebody's life just by doing one thing. It's amazing. So good for you. You should be proud of yourselves for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I sit here in my room by myself, and I do it for free. So it's just like, it's my favorite thing to do. So it's, to be able to kind of kill two birds with one stone sort of thing. And
just to make sure everybody knows there are no animals being hurt in this video, in the making of this video. So the killing two birds with one stone is just a phrase.
So it's like satire. Well, how about we get two birds stoned at once? How about that?
There you go. Well, for my friends back in England, a bird is a woman. So yeah. Okay. It works, whatever. We get you through. That's the main thing. So I noticed on was it your Facebook page, you had you were playing with the lead guitar player, or the singer, sorry. You were playing a song. Was that just
we did Fiddler's Green? That was actually for that was this Saturday, Gord's birthday, or I guess the anniversary of his birthday. So we did that. We thought it was a nice touch, and we even added the link to the Sunnybrook Foundation as well. So you can make donations directly on there if you desire to. But we thought, why not do a little tribute?
That's awesome. That's something to be proud of. Very good.
Yeah, no, it's fun stuff, man. It's fun stuff.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear you doing that. So I'm pretty much done with my questions. Do you have anything else that you want to bring up?
No, not specifically.
No. Well, it's been a lot of fun talking to you. Very interesting. I really, as I'm talking, I'm thinking, and as you're talking, I'm thinking still, I really got to get in touch with you about to do some kind of workout. My wife would appreciate it because she thinks I'm wasting away, and I'm not in Margaritaville, trust me. So, yeah.
Yeah, the movement is the medicine.
Well, that's what she tells me too. So, that's two people now. She's a vegetarian almost, so I don't know if it counts, but no, I'm just kidding. But I certainly, you know what, I'm all for doing a follow-up video with you when you get your website running and you've got some stuff. Maybe when the COVID restrictions are let up a little bit, we can talk about what you're doing as far as outside ventures, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
That'd be great to add more to your story as it develops, kind of thing. As far as your charity work and your gigs go for the Artificially Hip, obviously right now is a tough time for musicians. They can't get out and do their performances. I recently saw, I don't know if you can see my shirt.
Oh yeah.
They did a drive-in concert, and it was really cool. They were really good. I love Big Wreck. I think Ian Thornley is a maestro on the guitar. He's incredible. But it's not about him. It's about the Artificially Hip. So when you guys get up and running, I'd love to have you guys on and, maybe do a remote video with you guys or something like that, so that, we can talk to the group, kind of thing,
Yeah, super cool. Yeah.
Maybe do a bit of an unplugged thing or something. I don't know. Have a few mics set up and we can go from there. But I got to tell you, this has been a lot of fun. I really do appreciate it. It's it's good to get some local people. I don't want to say this and sound wrong with it, but exposed, you know. I want to help people in the area, and you offer a great service, not just with the working out, but with the music as well, the charity work that you do with them, and the fact that you add enjoyment. You seem to be an all around healthy influence. Mental health will sure take a big impact with music and with physical working out. So good for you for that. Keep up the good work with your working out and your charity work. It's awesome, buddy. It really is. I can't say enough about people that do charity work. So my hat off to you if I had a hat on, you know. But
Yeah, I appreciate you.
my pleasure.
And,
It's honestly, it's my pleasure. I love talking to people, and especially when they're interesting like yourself. And finally, that sun's gone away behind you.
yeah, right. We got to do this in the evening time.
Yeah.
With the moonlight behind us.
Yeah, right. But Brad, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Everybody give Brad a look. I'll post the links after this video. Check him out for his fitness. Check him out for the Artificially Hip. Do you have a website for your band?
We do theartificiallyhip.ca.
Okay.
And we have a Facebook as well.
Yeah. I've watched a few of your videos from Facebook, your songs there. So do me a favor. Do Scared. You play that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that one for me when you post it on your Facebook there with the band, okay?
Okay, yeah. We'll
dedicate
I'll send
that
a request along.
Yeah. See how far that gets me. But anyway, guys, check him out. Brad Rigby Fitness. Make sure you look it up. And the Artificially Hip. Great music. Great music. For those of you that don't know the Tragically Hip, people in England, check them out. It's really good music. You'll enjoy it. Brad, thank you so much once again. Anytime you want to chat, I'm here, buddy. And I think people will really enjoy catching up with you too.
Sounds good. We got to help each other. So everyone that's watching this right now, hit subscribe, Captain Canada. Like the video, subscribe, follow along.
Right on. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, so I don't have to, because I always feel like I'm begging. But with that in mind, folks, hit subscribe, hit like, so I can keep doing these. There's no interest. There's no point in doing it. And you guys are awesome so far. So keep sharing it and keep watching. In the meantime, everybody, go out and do something great. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.